Welcome to Career Channels, the official podcast of CareerSource North Florida. And now, on to the episode.
Hello, and welcome to another great episode of Career Channels, a podcast of CareerSource North Florida. And people ask me a lot of times what the best thing about my job is. And I think one of the very best things about my job is hanging out with my friends every day and doing the work that we do. So I have two of my great partner friends here today joining me. Mary Keene is the director of RIVEROAK Technical College in Live Oak, Florida. And Mr. Jimmy Norris is the economic development professional for Suwanee County, Florida. Professional.
Okay, I like that word. And the fact that we're her friends.
That's right. That makes it even better.
You get to be my friend.
For a day.
For 30 minutes.
30 minutes. That's better than most of the time.
This is true. So I thought maybe we could start. And Mary, if you could tell us a little bit about the college and what's going on at the college these days, and what do you see in the near future for the college? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay. Now, Diane is going to have to tell me when I need to sort of reel it all in, because I could probably talk a day or two about all the great things happening at RIVEROAK Technical College. But I see RIVEROAK Technical College as a hidden gem in our community. We offer 20 quality post-secondary career certificate programs. We also offer adult education programs. And those programs specifically are for individuals who maybe did not earn their high school diploma and want to come back and earn a state of Florida high school diploma. Or we also get adults that come in that want to transition on to post-secondary, whether it's here at RIVEROAK or a state college like North Florida College or Florida Gateway, and they need skill remediation in their academic subjects. So we get those students as well. And then we offer ESL classes for individuals who have limited or they cannot speak English, and we assist them with conversational English, but also with reading and writing as well, and also assist them in job placement, skill training, as well as any other services they may need. So I look at us really as a one-stop shop with the assistance and support of CareerSource North Florida and some of our other partners to support our students. But we have programs ranging from automotive, industrial, all the way to culinary, medical, and we have some of the finest programs. And every one of our programs, when students complete, they have an opportunity to earn at least one or more industry credentials or licensures. And some of our programs, students can earn upwards of 8 different credentials, which is pretty amazing, as most of our programs can be completed in a year or less. And some you can get them completed in 8 weeks, some half of a year. So it's a great opportunity for adults who wants to retrain or want to look at a different career, strengthen their skill level. And we also offer skill training to businesses and industry. So if there's a particular business that they feel that their employees need some additional training in a certain area, we assist with that. One year, we helped Suwannee Valley Electric. Everyone got new iPads, so we supplied an instructor to assist everyone in learning how to utilize the iPad for all their different program needs. We also will design training programs specific for industry. So if we have new industries come in who need specific skill training that is currently not offered, we'll help design that as well.
I think that's a great segue into Jimmy telling us a lot about what he's doing to attract industry into the county and into the region. Definitely. As well as retaining the businesses that are here now.
RIVEROAK is, as you know, home to me. Being a part of this campus for years back when I was in the contracting days and working with the children here, and all of those students that I work with have all went on to become very successful. And, even today, my future-to-be daughter-in-law just finished the Surge Tech program and is working at Shands down in Gainesville. So, the work that's done here, it's incredible. When we meet with companies, and this just happened last week, we had a company that came in and they were looking for a very specific kind of training. And what they were concerned about was moving to a rural area, finding workforce, but then there's a special skill that they need with that workforce. So we, had a conversation. We talked about all of the things, and they specifically asked that question. And so, of course, I bring up my RIVEROAK information. I pull it out. We actually can access it online as well, and it's on our website. And had conversations with them about, of course, Mary and the whole team. I mean, it's a big family here. It really is. Yeah. And, we know that no matter what the need may be, it has to make sense. We understand that. But a lot of times these companies are willing to get on board and actually put dollars into the program to help put assets into it to make it successful. So for me as the director of development, I have to have them. And
Absolutely.
because they are here, it's made differences in us landing business or not landing business.
Absolutely. So that is really where all of us intersect, where we all dovetail into each other. How do the ecosystem of workforce development, right? So you bring the jobs, but we got to have people to do the jobs. The people have to have training to do the work. So how do you really see, because you are all workforce development professionals, the same as you are in your day jobs, right? I mean, we all do the same type of work. So how do you see yourself in that continuum, in the ecosystem development of workforce development?
How we all work within that realm is because we have one another to support, we support one another and all the initiatives each entity has. So we really become almost, what would you call it? Almost more of a holistic,
right.
We provide a holistic approach for clients to ensure that they're trained so that we can supply them to workforce. And I think, when I think about that, I think about, you actually send clients to us for training. We send them to you for additional supports and services. So it's almost like this continuation of just shared services to, again, get more in the workforce, but ensure that they're truly skilled for the jobs that are there.
We know that, and you guys know this as well, because we each have our own specialty that we're in, but then we also work really close together. Workforce is our biggest issue right now. We get opportunities to bid on referrals that may come down from the state of Florida. Enterprise Florida may send out something saying we have this particular company looking to locate in this particular area, and these are the ask. Well, it used to be the ask was maybe it's tax abatement, or maybe the ask is property, or whatever that may be. Now, a lot of the times, most of the time, what we're seeing the ask is, can you guarantee me workforce? So we know that is the most important thing right now that all companies are seeking, and not just new companies, but our existing companies. As you know, you work with a lot of them. They're in need of employees as well. Workforce is, it's like I say, it's our largest, I don't want to say problem, but it's our largest opportunity to improve. That's right.
Absolutely.
Because most of our students are placed before they even graduate.
Yes.
And many of them we have out in work-based opportunities, training opportunities, and they end up hiring those. They've already hired those students, but they keep them upon graduation too,
right.
Which is very beneficial.
And I think that's one of the great intersections of the work that we do too, as Jimmy's out meeting with companies. And, they can say, we need workers, we need this skill, we need this niche thing, we need to tweak the curriculum this kind of a way. So we put them in touch with Mary, and they begin serving on the advisory councils and things like that, and having input into the program. So it is literally that cyclical wheel.
Yeah. And we probably have approximately 150, at least. I'm probably lowballing that, but we have approximately 150 business partners and industry partners that are involved in all of our programs. And one thing we don't do is we don't provide a program where there are no jobs. Every program is evaluated yearly by the faculty, by the business partners, as well as the college, to just ensure that we truly are supplying the talent that's needed in this service area.
Right. And I know that this time of year is the time of year I get emails from Mary to say, what about this program? And what about this program? Or what about this occupation? Is it targeted or in demand for the region and for our 60-mile radius of the school, or however that looks, and we can pull in the data and make some comparisons. And then that allows you and the school district to make informed decisions about what to add and maybe what might be ready to sunset also.
Yes. And there have been a few programs that we have sunsetted just due to not having students in the programs and not having the placement that we desired. And what really the first step, our occupational advisory committees, they make recommendations. Then I go to you for all the data, because we want to have, really a whole picture of, is this a needed program? So as an example, we're starting HVAC refrigeration this fall. That's a result of, on the industrial side, our business partners sharing, we don't have enough HVAC employees, and a lot of them are retiring, and we need more entrepreneurs. And so this is how we're meeting that need. And we're looking right now also into diesel mechanics, and then coding and medical billing too.
Fantastic. Tell Jimmy a little bit about the industry in Suwannee County and what makes up Suwannee County.
We're very diverse. Obviously, being a rural county, that makes it more difficult at times. At times, it makes it easier. It kind of depends on the industry. We're very big into ag here. So, we see a lot of interest from ag-related businesses, and we have a couple of large farming operations here in the community.
What kind of farms?
Well, all kinds of farms. Is there a particular farm you're looking for?
I mean, what are we raising these days? Or
for instance, like dairy out at Sand River Farms, which was formerly Suwannee Farms, right? Huge operation. They do a lot of, think about carrot farming, beans, things like that. Right now, we were just out taking some pictures. They're in the middle of planting peanuts. There's a lot of potato farming here, especially a lot of sweet potato farming here. So, of course, the silage products and things like that. There's all kinds. I mean, we're very diverse. We hit a lot of points here, and we are big. Obviously, with some of the new industries that are coming in, the equipment dealers that are coming.
Yes.
We've seen the new John Deere dealership be built here. There's a new Kubota dealership going up right now. New Case dealership just opened here.
Hence the need for those diesel mechanics.
Yes,
right?
and so all of those people need mechanics, obviously, but obviously that's telling us that there's a need. But also, our interstates that run through the community, I-10 runs east and west and 75 north and south. So for logistics, distribution, even manufacturing, we have a lot of property that makes it very intriguing for companies because of, literally a lot of these referrals that come down, they'll say, I need to be within a half a mile of an interchange or a four-way highway. Well, we can do that for them.
Or they also want to be close to where the raw material is.
They absolutely. These companies know a lot about us before they ever come. So typically, if I'm getting the phone call, they've already vetted us pretty good, right? They've already taking a look. Another thing here is, there's a lot of timber in our area.
Mm-hmm.
So
where the wood basket, the new wood
basket, and whether folks kind of believe that or not, if you go out and talk to our friends out at Benderholtz, they will tell you that we're the heart of it, and that we will be that way for years and years to come. And just like with those guys, while we think about a sawmill, right, and taking a tree like a southern yellow pine tree and turning it into a 2x4 to build with in construction, which you guys teach here as well. But what they shared with me the other day was we need to go speak with RIVEROAK because we need people trained as operators. So what we don't realize is the guys using a lot of that equipment and sitting in the different ends of that sawmill, they're really not sawing 2x4s. They're punching screens. Right. They're using joysticks. So they are very interested in setting up training programs. And we also think that may work with Pilgrims as well, because we've had some conversations with them. So we have to think outside of physically when we're talking about these jobs, what we're doing. No, it's the training on using the software and being able to sit in a confined area and understand what you're doing. Yeah, exactly.
And those are STEM related occupations and I think people forget about how high tech manufacturing is now. It's not the sawmill of old. Right. These are high tech places. Yes. Even at Pilgrims with the poultry processing, extremely high tech. Yes. It's clean. It's amazing the work that goes on there and the type of skill that's needed to go to work there. Yep. So, and I think that's part of what sets Suwannee County apart from some of the other counties in the region is that the mix of industries here, we're heavy in construction, we're heavy in manufacturing, whereas most of our other counties, the largest industry might be public administration. Yeah. And that looks very different in Suwannee County. So, and there's just a good overall mix of diverse industries.
It's the same way. And because I know Miss Mary's very familiar with the south end of the county as well, we have Ash Grove down there and they're a big, cement plant. Well, this company, if you go into their office and we've been down there and shot some video for some promotional stuff. And, these guys are sitting in there looking at 30 monitors, being sure this plant is operating and running the way it should. So while these guys are running the plant, they're not literally out there, crushing rock with a hammer. They're sitting in a nice controlled atmosphere, monitoring, all of the machines and the devices and understanding how each one should be working at all times. Suwannee County is a great place because we are that diverse, from farming to manufacturing, distribution, and the county commissioners are very much on board now. We're acquiring new property. We're putting in infrastructure. Pretty much every single interchange we have, we're in the process of putting utilities in, water and sewer, and working on the broadband issue as well.
Fantastic. Awesome. So I'm going to ask you guys to put on a little bit different of a hat, and let's focus on another industry, and that's hospitality and tourism.
Oh, yes.
So, Jimmy, I know you also help coordinate and run the Tourist Development Council here in Suwannee County.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and Miss Mary, you have a plethora of programs related to that industry also.
Yes, we do.
So you want to start?
I'll start. We actually provide a professional culinary arts and hospitality program, which is 1250 hour clock hour program. So the focus is, of course, on higher level professional culinary skills, but also that hospitality component too, because I feel that North Florida, especially this area, it really is a hotbed right now for tourism. I feel that it just appears that since the pandemic, more people are really wanting to get out, enjoy the natural beauty. And we have ecotourism. Yes, the ecotourism. We have some of the most beautiful areas in Suwannee County, the beautiful springs, rivers, and that is definitely lending itself to more marketability there. We also offer, we don't have an administrative office specialist position anymore, or program. We have a medical administrative office specialist program, but that one also will cater to training students to work in office business and office administrative roles, not just customer service, not just medical. So we're using that program to really train them in two different aspects so they can actually go in two different pathways out of that program, and one would lend itself to customer service, which is key for tourism.
Yes.
Yeah, tourism, obviously, tourism development, which is under my little purview as well, but it is economic development too. So when we take a look at the tourism industry, millions of dollars a year come into our community through tourism. And what that means for, the average consumer is it breaks down to about $500 plus or minus a year that we don't have to pay in additional taxes. And we don't have a state income tax because of tourism. We know, just running some numbers over the last couple of weeks, that, of course, it's kind of hard with the COVID years. But when we go back and we look at 19, which was a record year for pretty much all communities here in Florida, but for us as well in Suwannee County, we are up 41% on our TDC tax than 2019. So when COVID hit, a lot of people were looking at the rural communities, and a lot of people still are looking at the rural communities. So we're doing things, promoting on social media through our website. We also co-op with Visit Florida and things like that to get the word out for people to come into our community. And while they're here, spend some money. One of the things most people in Suwannee County, and I do mean most people, don't realize is a lot of people consider us the spring diving capital of the world. Yes. Okay. That's interesting because even myself, we've always kind of heard that, right? But cave diving, when we had a travel writer that came to visit with us and back at the end of the year. And so we went down to Peacock Springs and Little River. And this lady was from South Carolina, Miss Jo Clark. Shout out to Jo.
Have glass will travel.
Have glass will travel. That is Miss Jo, right? Yeah. Okay. So, but we went down to the springs, and so we go down to Peacock, and the first people that come up have been diving, and they're like from Poland. Okay. So we go, and some more people come up, and they have been diving, and they were from France, and some more people come up, and the closest people that we visited out of probably 20 people were from Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so when we look at that, we have people from all over the world that are coming to Suwannee County to dive our springs, and they tell us that we're in the top 3 in the world. And when we asked them, well, why are you here? And they was like, well, because we consider this to be the best. So it really is amazing. And most people right here in our own community do not realize that is here in Suwannee County.
Just like RIVEROAK is a hidden gem, right?
Because I remember at the scuba shop at Peacock Springs where they had a map of worldwide map, and I was amazed by all they put pins in from where they're from. Amazed by how many had visited this area from overseas. Just amazing to me.
A lot of international travelers come, and they really enjoy it. They say we're in the top 3. Ours, because it is fresh water, is why they prefer it, because it is crystal clear, and we actually have photographs that we have gotten from the divers, and when the photographs are so clear, it looks like they're in space, just floating. You can't tell they're even underwater. Wow. But and they're still mapping those caverns. One of the gentlemen from Europe that was there, he comes every year to Suwannee County for 3 months and works remotely while he's here, and he spends 3 months helping them continue to map pieces of the caves that they have not mapped yet. So they go on and on and on.
That's amazing. Yeah. It is amazing. So you talk about people working from home. That's a new nuance to workforce development, where we focus a little bit more on creating the place where people want to be and they can work from here. Their job may not be here, but they do the work here, right? So they could be working for a company from California or from France or wherever. It doesn't matter. But they want to live here, even for part of the year. So I think that's a new piece of the puzzle.
Absolutely.
But it brings people to the county more and more. And that influx of population too, that we're seeing more and more.
It definitely allows them to be able to live in a setting like we are and still work basically from anywhere. I mean, my brother-in-law is pretty much based out of Chicago, but he lives right here in Live Oak.
Right.
So, they can live here. They can take advantage of all the beautiful things they are in Suwannee County. And as soon as we get all of this broadband figured out, and we're very close to doing that, world. So listen up.
About that.
Yeah, we're going to make a big announcement soon.
That was where I wanted to go.
Yes.
Thank you for picking up what I was laying down.
And it affects Miss Mary here at the school and the programs that they offer and what they can do. It affects me and my business work. I mean, the meetings that we used to have now, we're all Zooming, we're sitting in a conference room and even, a lot of the companies that are coming here are international companies. So how we communicate is, we've got to have the technology to be able to do that. And what's interesting is when one company comes and they find out it works or that we are receptive and we love them here, well, then they're willing to share that with another company. And so then, it's kind of that domino effect.
Sure.
And that will provide us opportunities to provide some distance education programs too. Something that we definitely stepped up to the plate when the pandemic hit, but just in, future, I think it's been access to internet that's sort of kept us at bay from offering online options in that regard. So that's going to be another win-win. And we are looking at programs like the medical coding and billing that we're looking at implementing in approximately a year. That's a position or job that you could work from home. Absolutely. So we're trying to find some of those skill level jobs as well that individuals could work from home if necessary.
Right. And I don't know if you've seen this yet or not, Jimmy, that the footprint of the building that companies want to have when they come to Suwannee County, is that looking smaller? Is that getting smaller as they might not have as many employees on?
I think it's kind of case by case. We do know that some of the companies, for instance, one of the companies we work with, they have employees in Arizona, they have employees in South Florida, they have employees, in New York. Yeah. So they work a lot remotely, but it kind of depends. When I'm looking at, let's say our sawmill, for instance, well, you've got to cut the trees on the property, right?
Sure.
So, but now saying that, their sales staff and their sales office, is headquartered in Atlanta. So I guess you could kind of call that remotely working, but that's kind of the hotbed of trading in that world. And so they're working out of there. So it kind of depends on the industry as to what we're doing. Some distribution, things like that, they've got to be on site. But, the good news is no matter what it is, if you want to locate the physical structure here, we have room for it and we'd love to have them here. If you want to work remotely, we're going to get you hooked up with some good broadband.
Awesome. So as we wrap up today, maybe we can just all leave with a final thought that we want people to remember about Suwannee County and about the services that we offer and what we do to develop the community in Suwannee County.
I guess I'll start first. I'll first say, I grew up in Suwannee County in Branford and never thought I would actually come back to work in Suwannee County, but it was always a dream to be here at RIVEROAK when I was younger. And I'm so glad that I was afforded that opportunity. But this is just such a wonderful community, supportive community, active and community, and River Oak Technical College, fits the needs. And I know that there are probably some other needs out there for our business and industry, and we want to tailor our programs to what is needed in our community. But we're very engaged in our community. When you go to any community activities or events, you're bound to see River Oak.
You are there.
And we will be at some upcoming festivals, but it's just important that we're a part of this community as well, because we could not do it without, it takes a village. We all talk about that all the time, but we need economic development. We need Career Source. We need Voc Rehab. We need all of those resources so that we can better serve our students, so that they can better serve themselves. We want to increase that tax bracket for all of our folks. We want them making above a living wage. We want them to be able to support their children while they attend school here in Suwanee County School District. So, we just want to do the best job we can in supporting this community, including the economic development of this community.
Yeah, because when we look at it and we talk about team, and I don't know that we focused on your part of the team as much, maybe as we should have in this conversation, but You're asking the questions. But,
that's another episode.
Yeah, we all do work together, obviously. And let's really look at it. Okay. So when we bring a company in, and we help train them up and we put people to work, well, that's a wonderful thing. Well, when that company gets on the tax roll, let us not forget that a big portion is going to the school system, right?
Absolutely.
So as we grow the workforce and as we train people, that's able to help the business succeed and be successful. And when the business is successful and they locate here, they turn around and invest in our community and pay taxes in our community, which then comes back around to help us grow, provide better services, and overall make our community a better place. So it is a circle of life, if you want to look at it that way. We're all in it, and the opportunities are here. I can't say enough, and I really do mean this, not just because we're here with you, Diane, but we really, this place means a lot. It really is. When I say it's like home, been here a lot, volunteered here a lot, been on the advisory board.
Still on it.
Do a lot of things, but if I didn't believe in it, and now that I'm in this position and working in economic development, it just kind of has come full circle, because River Oak has grown leaps and bounds, and it's just amazing what the school is under Mary's leadership as to what, and no disrespect to before, but they've just made a lot of good choices and done a lot of good things. And they're really known throughout the area now as, we're not the old technical school. We're River Oak College, and so we're so proud of them. We're proud they're on our team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you mentioned, I haven't talked as much this time because you two are my guests. I wanted you guys to talk. I want to hear more about you. But just as a reminder to everybody, we do have a satellite office here in Live Oak. It's down in the Live Oak Commons, 1393 Ohio Avenue North. And you can always get in touch with us at 850-973-9675 or online, careersourcenorthflorida.com. And we can put you in touch with these resources, or we can offer help depending on what you need. We're really good at brokering out and trying to get you the resources that you need, whether you're a business or what we call a job seeker, what Mary calls a student, what you call a citizen.
What I call the future.
There you go. Thank you for that. So, and also a reminder, we have training grants available. So if you're interested in going to school, we may be able to assist. And if you're a business and want to train your current workers, we have training grants for that as well. And we can also help you develop an apprenticeship if that's part of your model or strategy going forward with workforce. Another episode for that later. But yeah, that's Yep, I'm just going to stumble through the end. I always do.
Do we get invited to the next episode? Is this like a monthly thing? We're all going to do this together?
We're going to be on Mary's next.
Woo-hoo, that's right. You are.
I didn't get invited.
Starting 1 in June. I hope by the end of the month.
Yep.
I've got to get it together.
So thank you for joining us on Career Channels today, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.
You've been listening to Career Channels, the official podcast of CareerSource North Florida. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. To learn more about CareerSource North Florida and the services they provide, visit CareerSourceNorthFlorida.com. That's CareerSourceNorthFlorida.com. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll be back soon with a new episode.